Let's talk about Richard Sherman. What do we expect to see from him the rest of the season? Are we expecting to see him pick up exactly where he left off last week, or was that a function of the matchup he had?
I really like where the change up with Sherman going to the boundary side. I think that really helps him out. I think he was on the field earlier. Was it where he was supposed to be? I think putting him on the other side is really helpful because he is the less athletic of the two. That really helps his game. He's got the help with the sideline right there, and it just allows him to like the one play that we showed on our film breakdown where he's able to stay on top of the receiver and use his eyes in the backfield. I think him on the boundary side is going to allow him to continue that level of play throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm not a film guru by any stretch of the imagination, but going back and watching the 49ers game, something that stood out to me is it looked like there was man being played on the opposite side of Sherman at times, and Sherman was kind of more ranging around by the boundary like Jack touched on. I like the role that Richard Sherman's playing right now, and I feel like Robert Saleh, being one of the best defensive coordinators in the game that he is, he'll be able to get creative with his schemes, knowing that Richard Sherman's back in the action. To be completely honest, I was not looking forward to Richard Sherman returning. I was anxious to see how he would fit in, knowing that the 49ers have been playing so well with Mosley and Verrett in that man defense, because he does limit the defense to an extent, but he looked very good. And just having his wits and his leadership on the field is huge for not just the defense, but the entire team. So I do expect Richard Sherman to continue the level of play we saw last week. That doesn't necessarily mean an interception every single week to close out the year, but be a tone setter and be involved and make sure no big plays happen under his watch. I expect that to continue.
Yeah, I think Richard Sherman, at first, when I was looking at this game, I thought he wasn't good for this matchup because Buffalo likes to throw deep, and I know there are concerns about his speed. But I do think it is a favorable just because Josh Allen does like to take risks, and he can get baited at times. He is a very talented quarterback. He was an MVP frontrunner the first 6 weeks of the season or so, but he can get baited, and Sherman is a film junkie. He knows what he's doing, and he can bait Allen, just like he did. I remember that famous video against Kyle Allen last year, I believe it was, when he intercepted him and he knew the play before it even happened. I feel like that was true last week against the Rams, where he knows Jared Goff's ins and outs, and I think he can match up well against Josh Allen just because of the way he can bait guys into throws. He might still get beat once or twice for a gain, but he will make a play, I think.
Right. And plus Sherman has a proven track record against quarterbacks who are named Allen. So I think that bodes well. No, here's the thing about Richard Sherman. I'm the negative Richard Sherman guy. He already blocked me, so I don't have to worry about it. You guys all said he's going to keep this going. I don't think he will, guys. I mean, I think he's going to have a positive effect on the defense. I think I was a little too negative, but you always got to worry about that play that he gave up to Adams and the play that he gave up to Watkins. It's the same type of play. It's the wide receiver faking the outside release and going to the inside and going deep. And if you watch the film from last week, you don't got to be a film guru, but there were multiple times when a wide receiver gave Richard Sherman the outside jab step, went up the field, and didn't get the ball. And when Richard Sherman faces that, a lot of the times he'll spin in a circle. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to stop, change directions. I don't know if he calls it a speed turn or what it is, but it's not the most effective method. He's never really in phase with the wide receiver. It's there. It's still on film. I don't know if Robert Woods couldn't execute it, but I think Stephon Diggs could. And maybe this isn't the week that Richard Sherman will get burned, but it's always out there waiting. And it's not the reason necessarily the Niners lost the Super Bowl. It may never really hurt the Niners, but that's what it's lingering. It's lurking. It lingers. So got to think about it. He was great last game. I'm always wondering if that's going to happen. I think Stephon Diggs could pull it off. He's just as good and fast as Sammy Watkins, is he not? Devontae Adams. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. So still though, I mean, he has a positive effect on the defense. It's clear when Mosley's on the field, offenses are like, we got to go after this guy. When Sherman's out there, they're like, we got to pick our spots. So that's the one spot they might pick.